By the blessing of the icons and their emissaries, we found the child.
We brought something else to light.
There's a darkness coming.
In the shadows are old enemies.
And new allies.
What will survive in the dawn?
Of the last Cyclade.
And welcome to the first stream of 2023 and space.
Space. Happy new space.
Happy new space.
Happy new space.
Yeah. Welcome, folks, to Gobbler Games. And got green wiggly things, which means sound is definitely working. Unlike before, where everybody noticed the deliberate mistake of me not streaming for, well, it feels like ages since we've been here, right?
It has been a Christmas and a New Year.
It feels like ages since we've come out to space. So let's find out how folks are. Ben, there was a slight eye contact then. The beginning of Zoom made me then say, Ben,
Rookie mistake.
how's it going?
Hello. Hi. Hello.
How's it going?
I don't know. What day is it? What year is it?
I saw you post some phenomenal details of how many games and how many hours of games you've ran in 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have time to sleep?
Super Saiyan.
Sleep is for the week.
Sleep is for the week.
Yes, I do. I sleep in the mornings
Okay.
on England time because apparently I now work on East Coast North America time.
Excellent.
Fair
Yeah.
play.
It's kind of cool.
Excellent. Yeah, how do we think Shanaz is? Do we remember what Shanaz was doing last time we saw her?
Shanaz is doing a thing called Try Not to Be Murdered, but the boys have just given her a pet project of utterly humiliate this one guy.
Mm-hmm.
She's also waiting to have an operation.
Yeah.
And trying to do training montages so as to not upset the clandestine lethal cult of assassins who have acknowledged that they exist. Which everybody knows, but nobody's met one and lived. But now she's met one and lived, which is awkward because she pretended to be one once.
Yeah. Oh, look, there we go. Look at that little hype train.
Ding, ding.
Oh, confetti and stuff everywhere. That's great. Thanks, folks. Appreciate it. You can join the hype train if you've got Prime. You know, Bezos bucks. You can subscribe with Prime.
Slap those Bezos bucks on us.
Yeah.
Bezos
We
bucks.
promised to take them into space.
Just like good old Jeff.
Just like Jeff, yeah.
Speaking of space, I got Scum and Villainy.
Oh, the
Christmas.
evil hat.
Oh my God. So good. It's Firefly. It's Killjoys.
Oh,
Everybody's like, oh, yeah, it's their Star Wars one. It's not Star Wars, it's Firefly and Killjoys.
Nice.
Okay. I like both those things. If you've never watched Killjoy, it is well worth it.
It is.
It's like trash, but amazing trash.
Amazing trash, yeah. It is terrible. Terrible.
It's got Iceman in it from the X-Men.
It does, yeah. Other space things. Pete, how was your terrestrial celebrations this year?
Oh, they were good. You're talking about space. I have to say it's the 30th anniversary of Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
And it's my favorite Star Trek. And
It
it's
is by
fantastic
far
and
and
it's
mile
amazing.
the best Star Trek.
It is the best
by
Star
far.
Trek. Yep.
Well, I haven't seen Thingy, the new one, Strange New Worlds yet. So
It's good,
Yeah,
but it's not as good as Deep Space Nine.
okay, good to know.
But yeah, Deep
I
Space
like
Nine,
the engineer
season
in
3 onwards.
Strange New Worlds.
So we have to
You
watch
can't
that.
ignore the first two, Graham, because they lay the groundwork for
They
later
do,
ones.
they
And you've got
do.
Kai Wynn being a complete bitch, and it's just
They're not
fantastic.
as good, if we're being honest. Season 3 onwards is like...
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. Anyway, yes.
sympathy, Garak.
The festive season was fun.
Good.
And I have been doing
Oh, I've seen this on your
Dungeon
Twitter.
23.
Yeah. And
Yep,
also
I'm
on the
mapping
Discord.
mapping out Bog Dumaraz from the Wild Mountain setting.
Which is
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact,
be
I
Not
was
everyone
looking at
can
the
even say
stats for the
Bog
World
Dumaraz.
Mountain podcast. There we go. Fun facts.
I would
World Mountain
definitely call it
podcast.
Bad Doomeraz.
Bad Doomerize. Bad Doomer. Yeah, you haven't even been down there. You don't
Wasn't that
even know.
by Blue Oyster Cult?
And how do we think Yusuf is after?
Slightly injured,
Yeah.
but quite chuffed with his performance. His combat skills are slowly increasing. Well, combat effectiveness, not his skills.
Yeah,
I
we did
just
a bit
was
of,
very, very lucky.
pepper potting, didn't we? We did a bit of like moving back and retreating. Whilst...
27 sixes later, yeah.
The crazy dice roll was just like, yeah, that was awesome.
That was a good dice roll. That was a good dice roll. Awesome. Do I need? I suppose I should, for the sake of folks. Like,
And for us.
How was our Christmas and New Year's, Graham?
I just feel I should be really. Oh, it was horrible. No, it was really good fun. It was
Like, we
great.
could both tell different stories about the Christmas. Like, you could have a bad one, and I could have a great one.
That was just. No, it was really nice. It was really pleasant, really laid back. Most Christmas don't tend to be like that. Played a lot of board games with a lot of friends, and yeah, I actually had a really cool time.
The Cylons killed everyone.
We did. We didn't know we were on the same Cylon team. And we killed while starting back together.
It was good.
We had to also be the president and the admiral, so they had nothing going for them.
Yeah.
And we successfully suckered everybody. It was great.
Chief, like anybody's, like Chief Tyrrell. I was President Chief Tyrrell. just in it for the unionization. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. And also the destruction of the human fleet. That was it.
Of course.
Yeah.
They had it coming. They started it.
They did. Didn't have invented sentient computers that then used as a slave labor force. Anyway, we killed them all. It was great. And we played a bird game many times. That was nice. Wingspan, yeah, it's lovely.
We played the train one. What's the train game?
Ticket to Ride?
Ticket to Ride.
Right.
Yeah.
Trains or...
Father-in-law had the Europe version, and we've got the Ghost Train one at home now, which is cute because it's kind of for kids, which means I can understand it.
Harsh on yourself.
We played at Azul.
Oh,
like
the
that
little
too.
tile game.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Sure you didn't play Dana?
I've got a portal. There we go. Look,
He was the
portal.
gatekeeper.
All right, cool. How is Silsila?
If I remember correctly, had a little bit of a murder spree, and then we got in our ship and had a bit more of a murder spree by using ship guns to pulse cannon some mercenaries. And then we dropped back down to pick up a thing. Was it a book? A carpet? We killed a load of mercs, then we dropped back down to go and collect the hidden thing.
We used the drone. Check the hidden thing.
Ah, fair enough then, yes.
So yeah, we went out to because we've been hired by the Mine Lord,
And Salt Bay.
Oh, yes.
a chap who always wears his ceramic armor.
Yep. Douche Lord and Salty.
Yeah, speaks in like third person.
Third person.
And is a rational member of society down on the moon of Gina. And we've been tasked by him with just eliminating a scientist because he's really upsetting the miners who have lived there for generations. And the Mine Lord wanted you to, just pretend to be his bodyguard and not be there when,
He needed bodyguarding.
Look
Yeah.
the other way when
Just-
the explosions happened.
That we were right next.
Meanwhile, you were also requested by the Salt Widow to protect him. This would prove your good character, and she would trust you to take Nina Jack as part of the crew and
Oh, yeah.
send her into the wide world of the
Fake
horizon,
university,
the
wasn't it?
third horizon.
Branching quest threads.
Mm-hmm.
Mutually
Paid in
exclusive.
advance for any of because I fear that was a mistake if we didn't.
No, you have not been paid for anything. In fact, you're doing one of the things you're doing is not for payment, but to help, to take on more costs.
Shits and giggles.
adding another person to the crew is going to up your monthly food bill.
Another mouth to feed.
And
Yeah, but another engineer and, someone to keep Kirsch entertained.
yeah, Kirsch.
This is true.
Kirsch has acquired a lizard. It's hers now. And
Oh, yeah.
the lizard had destroyed all the food in the canteen on the ship. It looked like a salad had exploded all over the kitchen area, in which the scientist Homar was sat in amongst exploded exploded cabbage and destroyed falafel, looking at a video of come to the we picked a university. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, put it on right at the end, didn't we? Yeah.
Come and join us, Hamar, at this wonderful university. And he's just sat there watching it, going, "Is that Shanaz?"
Fourth Horizon University of Menkar.
That was it. Yeah. Yeah, the University of Menkar inviting him to come and join them. A bespoke video made for him and invited by the Shanaz. And
He was supposed to watch before he got blown up,
yeah,
so he wouldn't get blown up.
That's another thing we can tell the Mind Lord on. Like, he wasted his valuable time.
yeah,
We had to think on our feet. Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job.
yeah.
That gives me an in with the Mind Lord. I'm going to send him an invoice.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And that's kind of where we ended. Like we've just extracted Hamar from a dangerous situation. We saw some weird video feed from the down drone that had an interesting, like, let me just double check what it was.
Some
Because
sort of ancient artifact.
Oh, it's like in a room or so. Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
like
it's in a
something inside
room.
rock chimney.
yeah.
come on, Adobe.
Yes, and there was the knife, and the knife had an inscription on it. And I read the inscription on the knife.
Oh yeah, you made an awesome culture roll, didn't you? And you kind of
Yeah.
like were like, haha.
Copy of.
It's
And I
the-
told you to bring back the knife and the game board.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we had a carpet to bring as well.
the camera was sort of sideways on a carpet, and I think part of what Shanaz saw was the decorations from the.
Oh, was it the carpet, not the game board?
Yeah, it was the carpet.
Something to do with the dancer.
Um,
Dancer like, but also death.
Yeah, let's see. So the game board is there. There's patterns on the carpet, and I think engravings on the dagger that are from the Oedicon system, and that's what Shanaz was like. That's not local. Well, that's significant. Bring them to
Distinctly
me.
not local.
Yeah, very not local.
Is it worth just snagging a Merc body so we can figure out what Merc company or wherever they're from? Just in case it's not the Mine Lord, and it's just.
What, do you think they've got like a little tag on them that says, if found,
Yeah,
please
but they'll have
return?
like the fake ID and stuff that we can maybe trace back.
Mohammed's discount mercenaries.
Yeah, that's a tattoo, that one, I think.
Just a branding,
Brand.
yeah. So yeah, we're in two places. We're up on the spa, Caladorina, and we're on our ship, Kudapatilla. Kirsch is a completely different person who.
They are similar in many ways.
The Kirsch.
Kirsch and Kishar.
Yeah.
They both live in the Third Horizon, and they've both been on this ship.
2 arms, 2 legs, head.
Yeah.
Technically,
Ale?
both non-human.
Kirsch said she couldn't land the ship. That was a little bit too technical piloting skills for her. She did manage to fly up and get here, and she is suggesting that perhaps we land soon because she hasn't finished completely fixing the ship after it, almost crashed into the moon.
Oh, we were debating about pulse canning the Mine Lord, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna let Naz.
Yeah, just a few rounds into his
to his
To his
compound.
little dome.
We can always do it after Shanaz has made him poor.
Oh, of course.
Then
of
we
course.
can break
yeah,
his stuff and go, now you can't even fix it.
yeah.
Um,
And we also have to figure out who we're going to report to, whether it's the Mine Lord or whether it's Salt Widow. Because they're both going to be looking for answers, and I guess it's who we speak to first.
mhm.
And because it's a small town, then they seem to know a lot more than they should do about the other one.
Who knows a lot more about the other one?
Well, the Mine Lord knew that we'd been there, what we'd been there for, when he sort of gently kidnapped us.
Gently kidnapped.
His goons suggested you come for an audience, didn't he?
Yeah.
But you were already a bit drunk, and then you took a load of weird pictures and selfies with him.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So what are we doing? We've got Hamar, who's like really confused with this video invite. He's been watching on his tabula. Kirsch is like, we should land. Let's not keep the engines that I haven't finished fixing going. Can we land soon? And Shanaz, you want the things that you see on the video feed.
Yeah,
Right.
bring me those.
Well, the land where came from, because that's quite far away from it.
Go back to the spaceport.
Yeah. Get fixed up. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
with a bit of direction from Shanaz, Silsila and Yusef can either go and see the Salt Widow or Mine Lord, or both. Head back to the ship. Leave. Just to be fair, nobody knows about those artifacts. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't have a better plan.
All right. So we're gonna fly back to the spaceport and land our ship.
I think so, yeah.
Right.
Well, if we get to the spaceport and there's a whole bunch of goons there, then we'll keep on going. But
You should keep flying. Okay.
and then
That white armor that Matey's wearing,
Yeah.
I remember finding out about that and what it was.
It's a ceramic armor, I think, off the top of my head.
Yeah, but it was the origin of it that was the important thing.
Let me see.
Yeah, there was something.
oh, remember.
Armor. Well.
Yeah, I suppose. While Millie's looking that up, Shanaz, do you have any we go and report to the widow? Should we report to the Mine Lord? Are we avoiding them both?
Go talk to the widow. She seems like the safer of the two bets, but see if you can get her to chuck you out with a flea in your ear about how mercenaries killed
Yeah, we failed.
the
yeah.
science guy anyway, and you failed. We can keep playing both sides, but try to avoid talking to the Mine Lord straight away. I'm working on something.
All right, and we're not going to kill the guy who blew the ship up then. Actually, you know what? She owes us money for that repair.
Yeah, I mean, tell her we know that he did it,
Hmm.
that we've identified that he's responsible, and that it's important that we keep the ship in a good state of repair, especially if her granddaughter's going to be flying on it.
Sounds good.
It's a threat without making a threat.
Yeah.
From our charisma-free characters. I got 2 in empathy. Nothing.
I've got 4.
Oh well, then looks like you're the grifter.
Remember, I'm a jack of all trades.
Yeah, perfect. Cool.
Got anything?
A gun. We got a gun.
You got a gun.
That's how you get advantage on persuasion.
I haven't got manipulation though,
Got
but yeah,
banana.
I mean, you've got double the dice I do, so
All right.
fair play.
So give us a piloting roll to land safely at the spaceport again.
All right, so that is gonna be 3 for piloting, 5 for agility, and 1 because talisman. That's 9 altogether, isn't it?
I think if you use your talisman as a one-shot use.
Like ever?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay. Because you like use it.
Okay. I thought it was like the items, like talisman, got it like once per session or something.
No.
Okay.
But I think Yusuf can make more.
I can.
Needs time.
Takes
to
an
make
hour.
Okay.
No hangover while he's doing it.
You know what? I will use it then. You can make me a shiny one.
Okay.
Good job I did. Oh, no, there's 2 there. I got 2 successes. I was like, yikes, if I'd have rolled 8 dice, then maybe I wouldn't have got that success. But yeah, 2 successes.
Okay, cool. So we, it's a little bit rocky. There is a couple of clangs, and you can almost hear Kirsch at the back of the bridge, like rumbling, like that's the. And she gets up and she like leaves, like partway through the landing, like and walks off.
At some point, I'm going to make an appointment in the ship's calendar to teach Kirsch how to fly the ship better.
Okay, I'm sure that will go down well. But we land.
Co-pilot lizard.
Reasonably, yeah, she probably would love that. We land. Kirsch goes off to start affording repairs, and we are back at the spaceport where I think we're going to have to walk back to Aram's Ravine.
Did we not steal that buggy thing here? Because we drove it back.
Yeah, it's parked in the back of the ship.
Oh, is it? Did we bring that with us? Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, the old jalopy thing.
Yeah, the little land part.
Does Kirsch have the right parts? Because I'm still a bit uncertain about that. I do.
Nina Jack was going to sort through all the stuff to hopefully find the right parts. Yeah, that was what we were leaving them to. We've only been here one night.
Is that it? I thought
Yeah.
it was 2 nights.
No, we've only been here one. Oh, maybe it is 2 nights. I need to go back and double check. But we haven't been here
We
that
crashed
long.
at their place, didn't we?
Yeah, we crashed.
Landed.
No, as in, sorry, we crashed the ship
Slept at their
Mhm.
place.
and then we slept at their place.
No,
And then we left, didn't we?
I think we've only slept on the ship.
Oh, yeah, we drove back drunk, didn't we?
Yeah, we
yeah,
called
that was
Shinaz.
it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
found out that
Oh,
there
yeah,
was
the
a
drunk
lizard.
phone call. Yeah, that was fun.
So I think we have only spent one night here so far.
Yeah, so maybe she doesn't. I'll have to send Nina Jack on her way over here.
Nina Jack is here.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
well, not here,
In the
but
spaceport.
in her workshop in
Yeah.
the spaceport. If you want to swing by and just check in on her, that's doable. Homar is like, can I go back to my research now? I'd like to, like, I need to go and get my things. I need to go and get my.
You are a scientist, right, Homer?
Yeah.
That implies a degree of like thinking, yeah.
Observational skill.
Well,
Do you remember the bit a few hours ago where people dropped a cliff on your face and then turned up with guns in case that wasn't enough?
yeah, but surely that's just trying to suppress the research I've done. I can't just bow down to this bully tactics of suppressing it by scaring me. I need to make sure I've completed my research. And I'm clearly onto something. I can't just back off now that they've been
But
aggressive.
just a bit of caution, I think Silsilla is
I mean,
suggesting, rather than.
remember there's several hundred tons of rock your stuff is on as well.
No, it can't be several hundred tons. It's only probably about 50 or 60. Like, and you can see he's doing like maths. Like, how much?
Look, I'll hand over my fancy tabula that had all the pictures on.
Oh, he took all the pictures of the things. He's like,
They're all probably quite blurry, but
and he's like, yeah, he's like, oh, I wish I'd got, like resolution scanned and that kind of
Can
stuff. He's
I
like,
just see if I can quickly call Shanaz?
yeah, you can call Shinaz.
I'll explain that the idiot scientist is a real idiot. Can I distract him with the carpet and the knife or not?
Yeah, please do. See if
Okay.
you can get anything out of them. Call it top priority. Say there's additional funding available, whatever.
Tell him it's his first job, yeah. So yeah, I will, I guess, wire in Yusuf, and then we'll go and say, look, first job, new priority now is this and this.
And he's like, wait a minute. How do I know you're not trying to distract me from my
Why would I
research
take
into the
pictures?
humanites?
Why would I take pictures of all of it?
Why are you
Because
alive?
now you're trying to make me look at some old data. No, they
We just
might
need
be.
your help on this thing. It's associated and it's very important.
Would be dead, is how you know. Under the rocks, laughing, saying, "Ha! We got that guy."
How do I know that this isn't a bluff about a bluff to get me to change
We're not
my
that
mind
clever.
and trying to trust?
We're not that clever.
Hmm.
Shinaz isn't here. Yeah, we fucked up the plan as it was.
Right.
We were supposed to show you the video first, but we got there and triggered all the bombs.
Okay. Is that really? It's not like some sort of AI fake. Is that really Shinaz?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
only
yeah.
one
yeah,
way
yeah.
to find out. Look at the stuff. We'll be back in a few.
What? These are just pictures. They're not very good resolution pictures. The drone is clearly down on the floor. I need the actual physical articles.
Had those.
No.
Oh,
We've literally
I thought we picked him up last time.
no, we bugged out, and when we got
Mhm.
back to the ship, we checked the feed. Like Yusuf, I think,
Right. Okay.
checked the
okay.
feed, and that's where we saw the stuff. We showed the pictures or the feed to Shinaz, and Shinaz was like, "That shit is interesting."
All right. We'll start doing some research. We'll be back with the actual articles. Much of your stuff as we can get.
Yep.
Hours. And
But you should lay low briefly.
Okay, but you really need someone to tidy up your kitchen.
you know what? You can do that as well. Penance.
He's kidding.
Penance for
He's
people
kidding.
shooting at me. Like I got
He's-
shot at because of you.
He's not going to tidy up the kitchen. Kirsch is going to do that, right? Kirsch?
Yeah, she's nowhere to be seen. There's just a
Yes.
lizard in the corridor.
I'll start tidying up the kitchen,
All right. So we spend a little while tidying up the kitchen.
which is kind of pushing it all into one corner.
Just
Get a brush and shove it onto a
I'm getting flashbacks to university and living with other people right now. I'm going to walk into that kitchen and just turn around and walk out again, aren't I, when I get there? It's like,
But there will be a fabulous swirl of dress or something.
No,
Oh, yeah.
in the midst of all of the crap, Shanaz's stuff is carefully labelled in the fridge, perfectly fine.
Mhm.
That it's not touched.
Tupperwares.
We've all, we just destroyed all the rest of the stuff.
color coded lids and everything.
Yeah.
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 Let's get some ammo and go then.
Okay.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Have you got anything for this? I'll say, pointing to a big bullet wound in my side.
Healing. Recovery.
I mean, thoughts and prayers, buddy. I mean, I also have I think I got shot as well, so you know.
Yeah, fair play.
We'll trade
Let's
thoughts.
go. We
Yeah.
can't mess about, really, can we? Let's go.
When has that ever stopped you?
No, the messing about is what the go. That's what we're normally doing, not like a side thing.
All right.
All right. So I guess the new plan is on the way to Widow Salty, we check out the place where we're supposed to pick up the knife and all the rest of it, and then yeah, off we go.
Let's see. Let me just check about the healing recovery. Okay, so no one suffered critical injuries other than the bad guys, did we? Multi-clip.
Jack of just the one trade. What an excellent.
You recover 1 HP per hour until you are fully healed.
Has it been an hour?
It's been about an hour or so, yeah. So you can
Okay.
get at least
Oh,
one back.
I feel better.
Okay.
I won't worry then. I'll shrug it off. I'm a
I mean, if
man.
the text doesn't say sucking chest wound, you don't have a sucking chest wound.
That's true.
Okay.
You know, just as a for instance.
For instance, for examples. Right, so we're going to leave Homar here with Kirsch. Nina Jack is, a short bicycle ride away. She's probably got a e-scooter or something.
Look cool on those.
And you're going to drive the jalopy
The buggy thing.
back to Aram's ravine to
Yeah, I don't think we have a choice. We've got to pick up that stuff. It seems better before we pissed off half the town even more. So yeah,
Okay.
that's cool with everybody else.
Yeah.
That gives Shinaz time to Shinazinate things.
All right.
Shinazinate.
So we're driving back to where we had the fight, where the rocks fell and you killed people.
Carefully, because obviously we know there might be enemies.
And then you're going to climb down and walk down to the dig site, essentially. That's the plan.
Yeah, I didn't know if you can drive there or not. So.
No, because remember, it was on like this little skinny ledge
Yeah,
that
yeah,
drops down into literally
Drive
the
as
beam.
close as we can and then
Yeah,
climb
'cause we're
down.
going into
expertly rappel down the side.
Rappel.
No. We'll walk along the thing.
Do you remember last time I had climbed down?
Oh yeah.
Let's get one of those again.
All right, up on Caladrina, is there anything Shinaz is doing now? Is she, I don't know, trying to hire a ship to get down to go and...
Oh God, no!
No, okay.
I want to go down there. It's horrible.
It is, you're right. Is she, like, set me up a conference suite so I can get good conversation? You know, what is she...
Yeah, I'm having Basile. He's got a job. He needs to get fabricated for me sword.
Mm-hmm.
Very old style Arabic curved saber blade thing.
Okay.
Made entirely out of bone china. White bone china.
White-
Same as the armor.
A white ceramic... And he's like, yeah.
You can 3D print it. It doesn't have to be legitimately China. It's absolutely fine as long as it feels like China and breaks like China.
Okay.
That's all good. I just need it to look right for a short while.
Like stage breaking, like prop breaking, or actual
No.
pointy...
It can actually break. It doesn't need to be broken now, but I don't care if it can be broken.
Okay. And he's like, this is a strange request, but it's one I've come to know from my
Yes.
friends. And he's like,
It
okay.
is a strange request, and think about how much fun you're having.
Yes, this is much more exciting than the average Basile book our dinner requests and make sure we
and
don't
I'll
get
need
any
it to be
gluten.
decorated, and I'll sketch out some of the approximations of some of the art that I've seen on the armor that Matey's wearing
Mhm.
already.
Okay.
Did we find out what it was called?
I can't remember, and it's definitely not something that's written
Okay,
in his
no
blurb.
worries.
It's
It's fancy white ceramic looking
Yeah.
armor. I'm having a matching sword made.
mm-hmm.
And I am going to pull a gold brick scam.
Interesting.
I'm going to sell it to him for all of the money.
Sure. So yeah, Basile is like, yeah, this is much better than Basile, book our dinner arrangements. Basile, make sure the chef doesn't put gluten in my food. Basile, book a massage. Basile, clean my shoes. It's very interesting.
You know, Basile, we could use a steward on our ship when we leave. If you feel that you can't go back to that life, there's always work for you aboard Kudat Batila. But I wouldn't dream of stealing you from the hotel if you're happy here.
I do have 3 ranks in steward. Yes, but no trade farmer. And so
Is this Shinazi's first waif and stray?
I think
You're kidding, right? I want someone to clean up the kitchen.
I think you're
Oh,
Shinaz's waifs and strays.
maybe.
And he's like, maybe. And he scampers off through a side door that otherwise cannot be seen to go to the fabricator department, which they no doubt have on a place like this. Like 3D print all the stuff, download all the things from Thingiverse, Thing Horizon. Okay, so we're gonna.
And I'm going to start working on the rough script for my gold brick scam, where I'm going to sell him the sword that matches his armor. Only 3 of them were ever made. I've managed to steal this from a patron, but he's after me. I need to get rid of it, blah, blah, blah.
And then we mind whip you for all the stress points. Cool.
It's worth X million, but I need to get rid of it. I need some money so I can go into hiding.
Sounds like shenanigans.
Oh yeah, it's total manipulation, and this guy's both an idiot and full of himself and collects this stuff. So he is just the best Mark.
I feel like a bit of Yusuf and Silsila is rubbing off on Shanaz here. Okay, so Basil runs off. Shanaz pulls up a tabula, starts dictating some stuff, and setting up shots and kind of things in a place to maybe get this gold brick scam up.
Yeah, I want it to look a little bit rough and ready, like someone who's genuinely fleeing for their life and doesn't have the time or the space to take beautiful pictures and all of that stuff. Because I kind of want him to come up here to collect it.
Oh, him to leave.
I want him to leave his comfort zone and come to where I am more in control of the environment. And then the boys can go and fuck up his house.
Interesting. Okay.
The boys.
The boys.
Yeah.
My boys. Shanaz the crime lord. Taking on the syndicate.
My boys.
Yeah. Okay, so we Silsila and Yusuf arrive at the destroyed dig site that Homar was at. You can see that there is, I think there was one dead body. Some other guy wasn't dead but was unconscious.
Or I killed 4.
Were they dead, or were there some just like you've put crits on them, they're going to be unconscious but dead within a day kind
There was
of
at
thing?
least 2 that I got 3 crits on, and they were like double dead. There was the guy who was on the floor unconscious, and the one who was just like bleeding from the stomach. I think he might have taken his friend away. Because they were the ones who said, look, you can piss off or shoot us, and he tried to shoot us. So we shot them, obviously.
Okay. All right, so there's probably about 3 dead bodies on the floor. Here, the ones who are alive are still, have escaped in the hour and a bit or whatever you've had.
Quick question. Sorry, did somebody already use friend in every port?
That's what we used on a different session for Basil.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
So we can't reuse that, or is it per session?
I think it's per session.
Because that modifies the plan ever such a smidge.
Talents, group talents, use one use per session for the whole group, not once per PC.
Oh, perfect. So, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
you
Thank you.
can.
I will go back into my planning mode.
Okay. Yeah, so the dig site, so there's still a couple of bodies there, but the ones who were still alive, or at least bleeding out in varying stages, have been recovered, retreated, or whatever.
Cool.
You can see all the rock and everything all over the show, but there is this glimmer of light, like you have uncovered a doorway, a room beyond this. What was it? It was like a burial sort of wall, with the I can't remember the proper name. Not ossuary. Is it ossuary?
I think that's like an underground burial chamber. Ossuary is like a bone.
Oh, is it? Okay, so anyway, these holes
mausoleum,
with mausoleum style thing, that he was investigating. Behind there is some kind of room, and you can see that there's a sort of a light coming through, whether it's from the throne and stuff that's got tumbled into there, or there is a light there already. Obviously, from this side, we don't know.
Do those mechs have weapons lying around?
Let's have a look at the mechs.
Take the guns
Ooh.
and then quite a quick look as what the style of the armor is, the body armor they're wearing and things like that.
Okay.
Because I'm guessing that through my colonial space agency days, maybe I recognize it.
Okay.
I might not.
I want to see if it's better armor than what I've got.
I mean, I've got a flight suit, so it's definitely better than whatever I'm wearing.
Okay, let me just look.
Loot the bodies.
Loot the bodies. Crunk.
I mean, I didn't actually mention bear, but you know.
Let me just check one other thing.
But even a couple of reloads and a spare gun are good.
Yeah.
They definitely have guns. They have what do they have? They have a long rifle and a sawn off long rifle.
Ooh.
Fancy the long rifle.
You probably don't because it's not as advanced as you imagine.
Oh, it's like a bolt action.
It's it's.
Alright, well, I just throw them in the back of the Jeep. Along with any loads.
Okay.
Are they wearing armor and things like that?
They don't have armor on.
'Cause they seem quite professional. Definitely,
Um,
like ex-military men, rather than, you know, big fella with a gun on a backwater planet merc.
They don't have armor on. He does have some sort of like face mask, and they're wearing like mining coveralls underneath it.
Interesting. Quite like that. But yeah, and money is on tabulars, I assume.
Yeah, they don't have any transactor
Okay.
sticks or anything like that. They look like they're pretty ripped. Like it depends on like how much searching you're gonna do.
I don't want to spend too long because in case anybody comes back. But I did. When they thought we were like these are mercs, something like battlefield tactics. So this is weird. This is like someone's got plants as miners.
Yeah.
Something slightly bigger than Widow Salty versus Minewood.
Do they look like miners? From my perspective, do they look like they've been digging in the ground for a long time,
Dirty,
or do they look like they've
hand.
been in the gym and they're wearing mining coveralls?
I mean, it's definitely like, you know, if you were to pick up the, like, I would imagine like Yusuf would have, you know, like in The Expanse, like folks have like the burns where they have the seal, like a shitty suits that'll burn and that kind of stuff. And imagine like Yusuf would have some sort of scarring from perpetually wearing like a breathing mask or something like that. These guys, like they do have calluses and scars, but it's not like the ones you would expect.
You would anticipate.
Yeah, like they clearly have done some sort of work, and perhaps Silsilla is right. They have been some sort of, you know, mercenary or something, but they're not.
You're right. They're undercover miners.
Yeah, I mean, we could assume they're the mine lords, but get ready for a surprise, I suppose. All right, then. Do you want to lead the way into the canyon, or do you want me to go into the chamber, whatever?
One of you can make a observation. That's the right one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Observation roll, as you're sort of like looking over these chaps.
I would be 4 dice. How about you, Yusuf?
I would be 5.
All right, take it away then.
But first, I need to get some dice. Hang on.
And the dice cam.
My knackered D20 dice bag. Where are we? Get some ones you can actually read.
Yeah, if I do go upstairs, you could have a dice cam.
I could make a dice cam if you went and streamed from a different computer. Yeah. I don't need a dice cam. I'm not going to roll that much.
I'm not. Yeah.
Okay, if it's 5, just roll your dice. That is nothing.
Nope.
Nope.
Right. So yeah, they've got scarring, but it's not the sort of scarring you would anticipate. That kind of stuff. And we turn to Silsilla, who's about to go in. Like you first or me first? Is that the sort of question?
Yeah.
After you.
All right, I'm gonna launch that sword and
Oh,
go
your
in.
Mercurian blade.
Yeah, holding that and my pistol.
Okay.
So heroic.
It's light
Just
as
like
well.
switching on the Mercurian blade because it's cool.
Like,
Does it go?
or does
It
I
doesn't,
think-
but I make the noise every time.
is it not like Sulu's sword in
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool.
Right. So we sort of have to push some rocks away. There's a little bit of effort there in climbing through. We make enough room that we could comfortably get through, and should, I don't know, something attack us on the other side, we can still retreat. Yeah, so we spend a little time making sure we're like, and also like structurally, like if we climb through, we're not gonna pull this down on our head.
Yeah.
And you come out, you can see on the floor next to this hole that you've sort of climbed through the drone. It's under a bunch of, rubble and rocks, but you can see the drone that you were piloting there. Its little light sort of still blinking kind of thing.
Drone is evidence as well.
And
Yeah, we should take that.
the room you're in is almost sort of circular. At 9 o'clock there is an archway, and it looks like it's got some steps on the other side. So like there's like this sort of mosaic, red and gold mosaic archway with some steps that lead out. And then at 3 o'clock there is a tapestry hanging over another archway, a red and gold archway. Over to the left, up towards like 11 o'clock in this room, is a sharboard on a little stand. Got a couple of cushions next to it. And immediately, like, to your right, at like 4 o'clock in the room, but it's, it comes right out. It's this big rug, and it's got like some bowls, some cups, like incense things on it, and the dagger that
Does it still smell?
you can go over and like sniff
Is
it.
any of this stuff like recently used?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If the incense is like 300 years old, it probably doesn't smell. But if it's like, last week's, then suddenly this place is creepy. I didn't realize there was like ways
Yeah,
in and
we've
out.
wandered into a dungeon.
Yeah.
I like the torch.
Yeah, like the torch. Check how much rats I've got in a bag.
Yeah.
Which one of you's checking for traps?
We're doing that with our feet.
Oh,
We're
God.
gonna do that with our face.
A fighter and a ranger go to explore a dungeon on their own.
What would I be? I suppose I might be. Yeah, I reckon range combat persons.
Right, I'm a bard. I'll sort it out.
I will. Yeah, we'll do the equivalent of FaceTiming, Shanaz.
Okay, so there is a scent like this. It's not warm. Nothing's there's no hot cup of tea or anything here.
Yeah.
The incense has
Burning
probably
cigarette.
been used like sometime in the past week or so, but without getting like Homob could probably
Sure.
tell science.
It's
there.
not. It's not centuries. It's
But
Yeah.
he doesn't know about it.
no.
No.
But this
Yeah.
collapse has revealed.
Has
this,
revealed
basically,
a space that people are currently using.
Yeah.
on the
Why do
other
I have
side.
the horrible feeling that down one or both of those tunnels there's going to be a Vestal statue or something equally unpleasant?
Yeah.
I
Let's
think
go
so,
find the
too.
cultist chamber.
Yeah. So I will. Is it possible to do the equivalent of FaceTiming, Shanaz? We should get body cams.
Yeah.
I thought you were
While
FaceTiming,
Silsila's
that's why I was joining
FaceTiming.
in. Sorry.
I did
Yeah,
say
yeah.
I was going to.
I'm going to wander over to the tapestry
Mhm.
and have a look at it, and
Listen.
see if I can
Okay.
detect noise.
So the tapestry is again like red and gold, all sort of woven together. It looks quite old, not centuries old, but Yusuf probably, I think every like Third Horizon family would probably have like, it was my mum's, whose was her mum's, like that sort of generational
Yeah.
old rather than
Yeah.
it
Yeah, yeah.
belongs in museum old kind of thing.
This belongs in a museum.
Watched that the other day.
Mm.
And it's like this red and gold sort of embroidery. You sort of listen to it a bit. There's no noise or anything, like, and there's no draft on it. You know, we do all the Dungeons and Dragons sort of checks.
It's literally like hanging in front of an archway, so I can't see through the archway.
Yeah, it's just
tapestry.
It's on. It must be on a rail on the other side of the archway,
Okay.
kind of thing. Like you
Sure.
could push like a shower curtain style thing.
I might just go and like
Peek it around.
a little bit. See if there's like light coming, I might step back.
No, there's no light because obviously you can't like that kind of stuff. But on the other side is bones. There is an ossuary behind it. See, like loads of bones.
Creepy shit going on here, Yusuf.
Like just a room full of bones.
Yeah, on the
Like
floor.
a pile of bones.
Like a
Those are
pile
pretty
of-
cool. If it's a proper ossuary, they'll have made it into cool furniture and stuff.
Bones, pile of bones on the floor. Recesses in the walls with bones.
Bones in.
Probably like Ben says, like, you know, femurs.
Went to a
and-
brilliant ossuary in Prague or outside of Prague when we were there. That chandelier made out of bits of human, that kind of thing. It was pretty awesome.
pretty awesome, also pretty weird.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they've like this little sort of small kind of domed room is like bones that go up the wall and heads set in corners, you know, that kind of stuff. And you imagine if you pulled it around and looked, there wouldn't be a mosaic around the archway. It would be like teeth, or
Bones.
something, like fingernail.
I gotta,
Those heads, get some measurements, because if they're humanites, they may not have entirely human measurements.
are there any exits?
Not in this room, no.
No.
This is just
I'm
an
just gonna
ossuary.
step back out and be like, that's a really weird room.
Just on the FaceTime, we use Horizon Lens.
I mean, yeah, you can take some pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bones.
Are we gonna check upstairs then?
Yeah. There's got to be a way out of here. There's got to be some like chimney
Yeah,
through the
yeah.
rocks with,
Like there
with
wasn't
little
s-
footholds that someone's climbing out of, and they're
Yeah.
using it as a secret.
All right then.
I don't know.
Let's
worship
be
place.
very quiet moving upstairs if we can.
It's a secret chess club.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, there is a showerboard here on the
Hmm.
side,
All right.
set up, 2 cushions on
Um,
the floor.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first. Don't worry.
Oh, I don't mind. I mean, I have a sword and a gun.
Oh, you have the sword. I've got a baton.
Oh, is that all? Yeah, I thought you had an actual carbine.
I've got a carbine, but I've got a baton. If we're talking close combat,
All right. You
now,
want
if
the
you've got the sword, you go first. Go for it.
Sure. All
I know
right.
you're looking for a chance to use it again.
Sword
Yeah, so
out.
I
I
like.
saw you swinging it around in front of that mirror on the ship.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I found one of Shanaz's old mannequins and cut it to pieces. It was very.
We're in trouble.
I mean, now it's older. So yeah, I'm gonna like slink up the wall.
Back to the wall, move
Yeah,
around the
yeah.
steps. Okay.
Almost like holding my gun under my arm, sort of thing.
Gun under your arm, sword in the other hand.
You know, if someone runs around the corner, then they're going to run into the blade, and if they step out and round, they're going to run into the accelerator.
Okay.
Particle.
Okay.
I will also make an observation check if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do me any good,
No?
but you know.
You want to push the roll?
No, I'm listening to how cool I look.
Think to how cool you look. All right, so you head up these stairs, and they're very gentle stairs. They're not like, you know, there's no sort of like aggressive workout walking up them.
Is it clean? Is it like covered in dust down here?
There's loads of dust from the rockfall, yeah.
Make sure I scuff my boot marks then.
In what way? What do you mean?
I think I don't want to leave very clear boot prints.
Oh, okay.
I'll do that on the way out, not the way up.
All right. And And it's like narrow. It's carved directly into the rock, and it doesn't look like it was carved with like laser, like
Nothing industrial.
industrial. It looks like somebody over a long period of time has carved out these stairs, specifically, quietly, kind of thing. And it's quite a long tunnel, and every little while there is like perhaps like an alcove with like a ledge on it. Presumably at some point there's been like glow globes, sugar globe kind of things, or lamps or something on them. Maybe water or something, or that kind of thing, or even just a place to like stop for a moment. But yeah, you follow it around for a while, and it comes out.
How far have we travelled? Do we have like a geolocator to tell me how close to the town I am?
I don't know whether you have like, because you'd need a map. Like you would have had to.
Well, yeah, just if we have like equivalent Google map.
Position relative to the ship.
Yeah, like how many steps you've taken, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You have walked almost the same distance it took to get here with Bofas, as it did to get to follow this.
Yeah, I think we should see the house this goes to.
Yeah.
When you get
We may
towards
get in trouble.
when you get towards the end, like the end of the tunnel, you can see it ends somewhere. There is like carved into the tunnel. It's not a step ladder of such, but it's definitely like there's a step, like a big maybe half-meter sort of block, and then a smaller one at the bottom, and then up at the top there is like a trapdoor, like a
All right. Do you want to listen and see if you can hear anyone up there?
Sure. Why not?
sort of stop. We put our ear to it, like
Yeah.
There's nothing like a casual. Like, do you want to make an observation roll, maybe, or do you just?
Yeah.
You can't hear anything. There's nothing loud enough to be like nobody's walking on that.
I'll look at Silsila like scuffing his feet in the dirt. I know what he's doing. Shh. Can I make an observation roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nobody walking around upstairs. Nobody's like. It's not gonna. There's no kitchen, house noises.
There a handle?
There is. There's probably something, like the sort of hydraulic kind of push it up and lock it up sort of thing,
Yeah.
rather than a
Okay.
handle.
You can do something different if you like, Yusuf, but my current suggestion, this sword, it'll go through anything. Is that the point of it?
It won't go through anything, but it is pretty.
I was wondering whether I could just push it trapdoor so that if we are in somebody's house, and, oh look, there's a small hole in the floor that we've been here.
No, because it's not like a 40k Harlequin's nano blade sort
Okay,
of
that's cool.
lightsaber thing. It is it's more like Tulu's sword, and when he's on the
Becomes a solid sword
It
rather
becomes
than
like
an
a-
energy
Yeah.
blade.
Okay. I would suggest that we go back, take the stuff we need, sort our business out, and maybe come back here after that.
But why would someone be coming all the way out here to sit? This is really strange.
That means
Right.
we're going to open the door.
I want to see where we are. Like, we can leg it if they see us.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So we carefully.
Or you move back a bit and I'll like wrap something a bit round me so I'm, a bit harder to
harder to
recognize.
identify.
Yeah. And then I'll open the door and be ready to absolutely chip it back down the tunnel. Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, I'm going to move like 10 meters back down the tunnel
Oh, that's
so
a
that
bit of a
you
way,
can
yeah.
run past me and I'll shoot whoever comes down
Okay.
like we did before.
Cool.
Get ready. Take a defensive.
Put the
Just
sword
stance.
away.
Okay. Get your gun out. All right, so you push this trapdoor up, and it is quite easy to sort of open. Like somebody's obviously maintaining it, keeping
Fitted a nice door.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, an easy sort of push. Opens up into, like, there's no light here, but you can see there is like through a doorway or something on the other side of the room, light from another room coming in. And when you first sort of open it, you think perhaps it's quite a small room, but you realise there's stuff stacked. It's a stock room, a storeroom of some kind. You kind of look around. There are boxes stacked up. There are shelves with things on.
I turn my tabular screen on.
Okay, yeah. Get around.
Can I?
Yeah.
Just close up to a box to see what kind of box it is. Salt Widow Mining Corporation.
Salt Widow Mining Corp. The stuff in the boxes. You sort of look over it, and it's, I don't know, some sort of hospitality goods. Like there's a new hookah in here. On the shelves you can see like boxes of like dates, lots of like alcohol.
Like in the grocery store's storeroom.
I wonder if when there's colonial age.
You sort of shine it around, and there's like a little Tupperware box.
That's his.
Yeah, Shanaz's Tupperware. It's you know, Shanaz brand Tupperware. Next to the multi-pack cases of Musaa Kula.
I'll take one of those.
24-pack. There's this box, right? And it's just got the words "lost pieces" written on it. And you look in the box, and there's just loads of puzzles. Loads of little SHA tokens, you know, like the draft style tokens, like loads of them, and a slightly different style. There's like half a board, like a cardboard SHA board that's clearly had something spilt over it.
We're in the restaurant, aren't we?
Can I just go to the, you said through a doorway? Gonna sneak a little bit closer to that doorway to see if I can hear anything or peek.
Yeah, let's make an observation roll for that.
Want me to come up and close the trapdoor? Oh, you know, we're just in the bathroom.
Sure.
Would you like to push that roll?
I'm gonna
Pray
push
for
it.
the icons.
Gonna push it.
Push it real good.
Hey.
Yay.
Okay. So you sort of get close to the door. It's, you know, maybe like you've seen it on a show where somebody slides the tabula under and takes a picture or something, you know, cool like that.
Yeah. Yes,
It's an odd, like, it takes you a moment to work it out because obviously the angles are odd, and it's quite early in the day, so there's not that much noise there. But you realise it's the cantina you were in the other, like yesterday, drinking booze and eating stew and playing Shah.
Okay. Bizarre. I'll go back down the thing, and I'm just going to steal something random that fits in my pocket.
Okay, like anything specific?
Like a handful of those SHA pieces.
Yeah, the SHA pieces is probably some like coffee.
Not the whole
cups.
tub, just like
chunk. Put them in your
my
pocket. Yeah.
And then I'll head down to the
down to see
awaiting Silsilla.
Who's ready to murder anybody.
It's like Guinan place or what? Because that's the only explanation I've got now. It's Guinan.
It would be like, it's the cantina up there.
Okay, that makes no sense to me. Has any thoughts? I think we should just take shit and go, to be honest with you.
Take shit and go is my go-to plan for right now. I think it might imply that someone in the canteen may well be one of the humanites,
Yeah,
and
but
the humanites are still living here. It's not an ex-community; it's a current community, and they maybe want their world back.
Or, actually just occurred to me that maybe they are all humanites, and they don't want anyone to figure that out, and that's why they're against the science.
maybe.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think a goodly portion of the people down there are probably humanites, but by the sound of things,
And that's why
the
they're all
Mind
still hanging
Lords-
around on this godforsaken rock.
because they're the only people who can comfortably breathe there. But the Mine Lord and the Salt Widow could very well be off-comers. I think, didn't we look into them and find out they were from off-world a while back?
I think
We know the Salt Widow.
Salt Widow and her husband came here like
Yeah.
a while ago, invested in the mine, and that kind of stuff.
But we also know that the Mine Lord wanted to blow up this place.
Yeah, but if he is a humanite and he wears the mask to hide his features, then blowing up, you never find his heritage and everybody else's heritage, you accept them as human.
Possibly. Still a dick, though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Complete, absolute jerk,
Yeah,
yeah.
what a prick.
No worries whatsoever. But yeah, I'm a bit like,
Oh.
are they against it because they are the human? Just as
They want to hide it, so they want to get rid of the
It
scientists.
seems like a bit extreme because they've damaged their own stuff and exposed themselves more. I don't think that operation was done by them, because the humanites would have gone
No.
for a quieter, he fell off a mountain type
Yeah.
accident than
Well, don't forget, they also buried
here's
all
our
the
entire
things he was
housing.
looking at. They buried the ruin site as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think that's it. But maybe I can ask him when he comes up.
Yeah, that ossuary probably, like when we're talking about the dimensions of the skulls, is going to be interesting. All right, so let's go back down. Take the board, the carpet, the drone, and the dagger. Put them in, and head up to Widow Salty, or
Maybe we should go to the cantina.
no.
I wouldn't advise it. I'd steer clear.
Literally walking into the unknown there. Let's sort out the people we know hate us before we make
Sure.
new enemies.
She didn't hate us, does she?
I don't think the woman in the canteen did hate you, but I don't know how drunk you got in there. So,
I was talking about Widow Salty. Don't forget, she did blow us up to get us down here.
well, go to the Salt Widow and sort out what you need to do with her.
Yeah, but they blew us up
let
to
me
get our
see-
attention. It's like,
Let me see if I can pull the Mind Lord off planet.
Hmm.
That then gives you a chance to either get in and mess up his stuff, or go and talk to the people in the canteen without him being around.
Hmm.
And we've then got leverage in that we've got him, or have we? But he's gone off planet, and see what we can do with that.
Yeah, that seems good.
Let's get him off world first before you go poking around in the canteen, because it will give you leverage one way or another. Either we've done them a favor by getting rid of him, or we've got him for ransom.
Yeah, we've got the boss, yeah. All right. Right, well, we'll take all the stuff. Is it possible to lever a skull out the ossuary?
I mean, there's a pile of bones on the floor.
Let's
There's
take
some
one out
in the like in.
There was just an explosion, so loads
Yeah.
of stuff
Yeah.
loose.
I mean, I don't think so. Still, like,
Maybe a rib cage might be more useful than a skull
okay.
if they've adapted for breathing.
All right, then. We
Potentially.
like weird creeps just chucking a bunch of bones and board games in the back of our thing. Well,
bones and board games.
yeah.
Sorry, I've had a lot of opportunity to look into biomodification recently. There's some astonishing stuff they can do with it these days. And if humanites have any of that level of change done on them in the past, for breathing, you'll want ribs.
Ribs it is then.
Okay, so we walk because it is quite a way. Remember, it took us a long
I'm
way.
hungry now, Silsilla.
We're not going to the canteen yet. Jesus Christ, we just discussed this, Yusuf.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? We could just go get food though. That'd be all right.
Why don't you go and get food from the widow,
Widow Salty
since
owes
you're
us
taking
lunch.
her good news?
and a bill.
It's just he said ribs.
Okay, I'm going now. Bye.
Okay, yeah, bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry, there's a bit of Kirsch in our background. So we wind our way back to this hidden room that we discovered. when we come back, like looking into the room rather than like we left, you can see like the dust prints and the way you folks have moved around in the room. There is like a pattern or mosaic on the floor as well.
Ooh.
Like there's very obvious, you can see like there is.
Can we like start brushing a bit more away?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we should at least take a picture.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, so you push it around a bit, you maybe use
Lie on the floor. Yeah, I was going to say lie on the floor and selfie stick.
Yeah. Yeah, you push it around a bit, you push the carpet to one side kind of thing. And it not completely clear, but there is a beautiful mosaic underneath. And you can see quite clearly like there is green and blue and like yellow stone used in this sort of stuff. And the green, like the yellow, no, sorry, get my colours right. Blue, the blue is clearly this river that you've sort of followed here. Like there is a river on it, like there is like the mesa, a lake on it. As you sort of kind of orientate yourself, the spaceport is not depicted on this floor, but roughly where you think maybe Aram's Ravine is, there is like a pedestal sort of shape, and a board, like a line, and then a starboard on it. And you realise like this is like somebody had placed, the starboard that you no doubt
Placed it
moved,
on that position.
put the starboard on top of that, yeah.
Oh. That's where the game is being played.
Okay. That's very worldly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Picture.
Yeah, I have an idea as well, actually. Is the drone still working?
The drone,
Yeah.
it's like it's not gonna fly or do much. It's basically just like transmitting from where it's knocked over.
So what I'm hoping to do, because I could finally use my technology skill, is to stick it corner of the room where it will capture on video and transmit anyone coming down the stairs. See who comes down here.
Oh, you're basically making it turn it into a CCTV camera.
Yeah, it's like a nanny cam.
Okay.
Really smart.
You
Look at Silsilla getting all clever in his old
He
age.
just drive the bus. I mean, he's got wits for it, so he's pretty smart. He just
That's kind of smarter than me.
you can't like. There's nothing to stick it to a wall with, but moving rubble over to one side and sort of wedging it into some of that, you can get it to cover the stairs coming down, kind of thing. You might not necessarily get all of whoever's faces sort of coming down. You've got a bit of a framing issue,
that's fine.
but
No, it's whatever we can get is kind of useful, isn't it? So.
yeah. But yeah, there's this beautiful mosaic on the floor.
This used to be a more habitable acid rain. What? All right then. I guess we should bounce.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we going? We're going to see the
Salt Widow, I think. Yeah.
Salt Widow. Yeah.
Okay.
And then as soon as Schnaz gives us the nod.
I mean, we might get interrupted on the way, but let's head towards the Salt Widow.
Yeah.
Right. So Basile returns because we've probably had a few hours of poking around carefully. Basile returns with, it's pretty close to what you're after. You can see to a degree it's got like it is 3D, fabricated rather, and he's like, we can finish sanding it and stuff and make it better. We can do some
perfect.
but it's at
Yeah,
short
this
notice.
is exactly what I needed. It's perfectly adequate to get started. We'll get some rough and ready pictures, and I will start the process now. I know it's not entirely appropriate, but for example, if I knew that there were a guest at the hotel, would you be able to get a message to them?
Yeah, we can send invites and things to other guests. Absolutely.
Excellent. And at this point, I wish to use the create contact
Okay, cool.
superpower to create Akil Al-Mufti,
Eel Al-Mufti.
who is a data djinn and celebrity stalker.
Okay.
Who I did not have arrested.
No, did not.
Did not have arrested, which is why I'm going to ask him to do me a little favor.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn him loose onto Manor. But I'm going to ask him to do a little favor first.
Okay. So,
So he's staying at the hotel. He's probably doing all right for himself, ripping people off and scamming money here, there, and everywhere.
yeah. All right. So Akil, you ask Basile, what is the message you ask Basile to send to this other guest? What is it?
Just invite him to tea.
Okay. Akil, Shanaz invites you to tea at our residence. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take it. I'll deliver it. Do you want me to? Yeah, I'll deliver it in person.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. So he takes this note card, and he leaves. He obviously has to go and check in with somebody to find out which residence is the other.
I'm kind of calling it a marker sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We can use not well connected, friend in every port for that, can't we?
I think so. Let's see. Let's double check the talent. You find a useful contact in a new place, protect you, lend you gear, vouch for you with the local rulers. So yeah, I guess you're
Perfect.
yeah. All right, so Basile goes off to that. He leaves you with this ceramic sword, white sort of black mesh in it, like the armor style sort of thing.
Excellent.
You sip your tea for a moment or two while you wait, and even before Basile returns, Akil has message the email, the comms or something. It comes up with like a chat bot or something from like guest 34 or something like that, and it's like, and it's probably something like, for real, entrapment laws don't work here on Caladrina. You can't, or that kind of stuff.
Not entrapment.
Yeah.
I've mellowed in my sophistication. I'm not using the other phrase.
Particle.
Oh, old age was the other phrase.
I know.
And so there's a moment or two where it's like,
To clear the slate, I will send.
okay. And then obviously he agrees. But he does link in a bunch of non-extradition rules that come with, that kind of stuff. Like Caladrina has these privacy laws. Caladrina does not observe these treaties or this treaty. You can't extradite me, and the law, the territory for Coriolis rules is that sort of stuff. But he does link all them in. But agree to come for tea.
Bless his little heart.
In a little while.
All right. So while Basil's finishing the sword then and aging it up nicely and filing off all the flash marks and
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff, I'll have tea with this data gin.
Yeah. Is there anything specific you want him to get
Yes,
started with, or are you just going to spend like a little while sort of calming him down and
just calm him down, tell him that all this is an opportunity for him to clean the slate, and then I will forget anything ever happened and maybe suggest that there might be someone more recent that he could look into.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he's obviously we've spent the darkness point. He's his contact, and he will capitulate to whatever you need. But
Right.
he will
2 things.
enjoy the tea.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be lovely and civilized and polite and won't mention anything about suing him to hell and back.
Privacy
I want him to tell me
violation.
how much money the mine lord can get his hands on at short notice,
Okay.
absolute maximum. And I want him to seed some information about the theft of a sword from a Dar.
Oh, on Baron.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I thought, and he goes to say something like, I thought you wanted me to, and he goes to say something, and he's like stops. He's like, no, that's not a problem, Naz. That's yeah. I'm just on holiday here, just relaxing. So
So am I. Just
I'll
relaxing.
just have to get
just
all
on
my
holiday.
rig off my ship before I do this. Give me a little while.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, no, okay. It's like he very creepily is like, it's really good to see you. Sort of, oh shit moment, like, and then he eventually like leaves after Basil has cleared the table. There's no food left. That kind of stuff.
Wow.
That's sort of like, no, it's great. So
There's a bonus for Basil out of that.
yeah, nothing left for him to, and Basil is like,
away.
your appointment is 10 minutes ago, Shinazi. We must leave. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Basil. Off you go then. Go quick.
Yeah,
I
and
need
then
this done.
Akil leaves eventually to get that started.
Yeah, so that's what I want him to do, and I'll knock together a little portfolio for him about Tamana and where she goes and who she sees. And
Okay, cool. He's gonna start stalking Tanana. Oh no.
give him that to be on his way with.
Okay.
It
So
didn't come from me, of course.
no, never would. Never would. What's the plan when we get back to Aram's Ravine? We go straight to the Salt Widows.
What was that P word you said? Plan? I don't know.
Oh,
Like, I don't know what it is either.
I didn't even know that was, mate. Yeah. So yeah, I think. I mean, it's pointless going back. No one even cares about the stuff we've got because no one knows about it. So we can just chuck it under the seat,
Yeah,
cover it up, whatever,
yeah.
and go and see the Salt Widow. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's where you were going to go, Salt Widow.
Yeah. Okay.
chuck those priceless antiquities under the seat. Who's going to know?
Well, that's the point, though,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like they don't look like.
They
priceless
wouldn't think we'd do
antiquities.
that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then go in and what's the guy called? The guy who blew the ship up.
The guy who led you to
Yeah.
Homer, Bofas.
Bofast. That's
Yeah,
it.
Bofas. Bofas.
Bofas. Good lad.
Aye.
Oh, fast.
Bofasa. I'm sorry. Just descending into childishness now.
And then I guess we should put our hoods up and quietly knock on the door like we're trying to be clandestine.
Okay. So we don't sort of ring ahead, that kind of thing. We just sort of let them know we're here.
Who thinks ahead of time?
No.
These two?
Never.
Communications might get picked up by the mine lord,
Yes, of course. Yeah.
and then know we're in town, and we'll get intercepted by his
His red hands.
Goons.
It's heavies.
Red hens. All right, so Bofas opens the door. He sort of looks at you, and there's a bit of like immediate concern, and he's like, "Is everything okay?" And he's clearly looking for like, "Have you got the? Where's the scientist?" Kind of doesn't say it out loud, but he's like,
We blew him up ages ago.
"Yeah,
I'm
where's?"
just going to be like,
Okay, he sort of steps aside, lets you in. The same sort of small kind of place, long corridor, a couple of doors off each side. You know, the parlor, the dining room where the Salt Widow sort of spends her time is up ahead. His kitchen on the left, and like a couple of rooms off this corridor. He's like, what do you need? Do you want
make for lunch, both us.
today? We're just having leftovers. I think we've got some bread and aubergine and vegetables.
Impact. We'd like to see the widow, please.
Yeah, just hold here. I'll go and he's clearly like not comfortable with you being like he's clearly on off put. He heads up, he goes into the room, you can hear him sort of like, you know, talking. He comes back to the doorway.
Doing this bit yourself.
And she, you know, you can see her behind him. She's enter, and she's like, "Where's the scientist? Bofas says you need to see me."
He's safe.
Good. Is he finished? Is he going to be able to go back and finish his stuff?
There was a bit of a interruption.
Oh, and she like shakes his head like the Mind Lord is sticking his stupid face in things. Then.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. But he's safe.
Okay.
Can we say we took a picture of him on the ship, sort of?
Yeah, he sat
thumbs
there
up
in
or
a
something?
chaotic living
You know,
kitchen
just looking really annoyed or something.
with like a tabula in his hand, like
Yeah.
she,
Surprised
by the
photo.
yeah, lizard in the fridge.
Yeah. Here you go. Look, it's fine. He's, you know.
And she looks at you, Yusuf, and she's like, "I don't feel like that's a proof of life, and this is a very strange conversation."
I've had a very strange day, to be honest. I'll rub my side.
Yeah.
Weren't we talking about getting paid, Silsila?
Damn right, yeah. I mean, that guy blew our ship up.
Yeah, like with this guy taking a chunk out of our ship and us solving this problem, you know, taking care of this guy. Weren't we talking about getting paid?
I thought it was more proving you're trustworthy to help Nina Jack go to university.
Oh yeah, that was it.
That was it. True. That was before we got this guy on camera blowing our ship.
And that's my fault? Well, he's not my employee. I was paid by what's the name?
Presumably.
Sabita?
Sabitha, yeah.
Or Sabitha,
Yeah, I was paid by Sabitha. I'm really just holding on to the cash until he completes his weird history science experiments.
Yeah.
I'm just
that
a
might be
trustee.
It's kind of under a big rock slide.
Well, there's no refunds.
If you're holding on to the money,
Hmm.
but we're going to look after him, maybe pass it on to us.
Still going to do his research. Saved all his servers.
We've got loads of his data. We've got all the stuff. And I think we're probably going to try and find Sabitha at some point.
So you want me to give you the money to give back to Sabitha? No, that's not how business works.
I'm just a simple miner. What can I say?
Like, what have you come here for?
Well, we wanted to prove that we've done it and that we're capable and that Nina Jack would be safe with us.
Okay.
But we understand that you've been paid to look after the scientists, and yet it seems that we're the people who have done the looking after of the scientist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And she.
And I'll lift my shirt up and show the bullet wound or the blood.
He
Yeah.
loves that bullet wound so much.
Gonna get a
You know what I
tattoo.
mean?
Yeah, just
It's a through and through, so it's fine.
Dotted
Yeah.
line on it.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, we don't have much for medical care out here. We normally deal with, crushed limbs and that kind of stuff. But
Sure.
Bofas has had some military experience. He should be able
No,
to.
I'm not letting Bofast stitch me up. You're kidding.
Belfast is
He's already
You
stitched us up
exploded your
once.
ship.
Yeah.
And she shrugs and she's like, okay.
I think that's worth more than a shrug. The man blew our ship up, and shrug
Yeah,
isn't
why don't we
really
just-
the response I want for that?
She's like, who blew what ship up? Did you take your ship down to the scientist? I thought he was in the ravine.
You know what?
No.
Do you have a tabula, widow?
She's like, I don't use them very often anymore. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. But she's like, yeah, both us.
Let's send her the footage of Belfast and the rest of it.
Yeah.
He's pretty blasé about people trying to murder.
Yes. She's a little bit
Yeah.
of an interesting old lady.
Yeah.
So she watches this and she calls Bofast back. She shouts to him. She's like, "When did you go off moon? You didn't tell me you were leaving. Whose ship did you take? Did you take my ship off moon? Is that fuel's coming out of your salary? What are you doing on? Do you go to Caladrina all the time? Is this what you're doing instead of going out to get supplies?" Like, and she's clearly like cross about all the wrong things.
Yeah.
What the plus side? At least Belfast has got busted.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
she's like, did you try, she eventually gets to the point you're bothered about, which is, did you sabotage these folks' ship so they'd be trapped here? And he sort of looks at you two.
I give him a shit-eating grin. Like,
Looks at you two, and he looks at back at the Salt Widow, and he says, "Shanna, there's no way we can trust any of the people on the moon to look after the scientist, and he's clearly like he doesn't want to say some stuff because you're there,
like, you probably could have calmed Silsilla and asked for help.
and he
rather than damaging our ship.
It's nothing that Nina Jack couldn't repair. Struggle will provide strife, and struggle will provide the hardiest of soldiers to deal with our problems.
We're lucky we've got one of the best pilots in the bloody horizon.
He like looks at them. He says, "I needed people we could know were not connected with any of the others. And he looks, he's dead nervous about talking about this whatever it is he's got here. He looks, and the Salt Widow, she's just sort of stood there, like lips pursed, sort of
Tapping of the.
like that kind of thing. And she's like,
Cross Nan mode.
yeah, cross Nan mode, definitely. And he's sort of, and he says, I think there's a cult here. And I was trying to find them, but got a little bit. And who does he look? He definitely looks down, or he looks like ashamed.
You got to read his mind.
Okay, gonna make that.
What,
Yeah.
right there on the carpet?
Yeah. No, that's the short wee. This one,
Short wee.
short wee.
How have we named psychic powers long wees and short wees?
Because we are grown-ups.
We are.
Oh my god.
Oh no, the icons are not with you this evening, Pete.
I'm gonna. Can I use my gambler's talent?
Yes, absolutely.
I will use my gambler's talent. There you go. Have another
get-
darkness point.
You get you get 3 successes. There
There you go, Graham. We've done it.
you go. I need to start spending them, really, don't I?
Good, yeah.
Okay. So as he's like looking down at the floor, he's like not making eye contact with Shanna, the Salt Widow. He's, definitely avoiding looking over at you folks. And there's like, so it's like, is it surface thoughts, like stuff he's thinking
Yeah.
about?
What's going on in his mind right now? Is he's like,
All right.
what's he thinking about?
So there is shame. There is like he's definitely not doing what he's supposed to. There's also like he loves Shanna. He loves her. And also there's definitely like there's the shame isn't because he loves her. The shame is because he has neglected something he was supposed he's derelict.
Something he was supposed to have done, but he
Yeah.
hasn't done it.
But he's got distracted because he loves his Salt Widow, really. And he's stayed to protect her and gone off mission is the shame here. He loves the Salt Widow. That's what he's like refusing to admit. And so he's looking at the floor. He's like, there's a cult here, and I needed people who we could trust were not part of it to take care of it. I didn't really know how to explain that folks would. Sounds like
Well, kind of like you just did, right?
hello, strangers, at a spa.
Oh, hey, I'll just blow your ship up and then ask you to help me out.
Hello, strangers
That's
at a bar.
kind of
There's-
crazier,
There's
if you ask
probably
me.
a cult down here on our moon. Please come here
Come
and
and
help
help
me.
us.
So this, I have no bear to help you do this. You should just do it because it's the right thing.
Wouldn't be our first cult.
Or our first right thing.
Well, I don't know. The last few ones were accidental, weren't they?
I think we kind of meant them. We just
Once they started. Yeah.
But
I'm like a true Zenithian, man. You could have just trusted me.
and he gives you like a horrible look when you say you're a true Sinithian. He like,
I laugh because I'm not really.
and he's like, oh shit, like he does take a step back.
No. He's bullshitting.
Not me, but they were.
It's a in joke in the crew. Don't worry.
Yep, definitely none's in it.
Salt Widow is like, you've sabotaged these. As if there's not enough we could be getting on with. Now you've got us involved in cultists and stuff.
Actually, you know what, Bob?
So why did you think there's a cult here and not tell? And I'll point at the Salt Widow.
I'd also like to know about the cult.
Who is we think there's a cult here? Didn't you say that?
Who's
we?
Owner, is
He
Is it Sabitha?
he says no.
thinks?
This Sabitha woman, I think she stumbled on the same.
Sure.
And he looks around like he's clearly like stressed, and he's like, if you don't mind, we'll go to the. I'll explain and apologize here, and we can take my salary and pay for the fuel that I used to go off. And she's like, yes, I will. And maybe some of my salary to pay the trouble that I've caused with And he gestures at,
You know what,
at
I
you.
think I just want an apology. I don't really give a fuck about the money.
Yeah, now that you're talking to us both,
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
rest of the information and apology is perfectly fine.
yeah. But we want to hear about this cult. Who you're working with? Why you think there's a cult?
We don't
What's
really
going
like
on? We've seen some
cults.
weird shit recently.
We have,
Starting to
yeah.
really pickle my carrot.
Like, oh, I love pickled carrots. Great food. So he takes you to the kitchen. He takes a moment
I
to
take some leftovers.
he takes a moment to put out like some tea, some food,
Some pickled carrots.
some pickled carrots. And he sits down and he says, I came here looking for my mentor. Ngozi was following a trail of very old cult that worships some very bad aspects of the icons.
Yeah, we know him, Nazarene.
Bad things. And I came out here to. Well, this is where I've tracked like he'd come to. And came out here. I didn't want to highlight the fact that I knew Ngozi, so I took a job with the Salt Widow after her husband died to take over and give her support. And then
I'll raise my eyebrow at him while he's talking about why he's hanging around.
yeah. And then this woman Sabitha came and turned up and brought the scientist with her. And she was talking about the same things Ngozi was talking about. Things from other horizons or old cults and people and that kind of stuff. And she'd hired this scientist to look at where the humanites had come from. How she was convinced that they weren't from this horizon. Like, we came here and we genetically engineered these people. It's known. And she was convinced that they had been
They'd been here
seeded
before.
here, and these were not ones that we had made, but ones that had been left from before. So she hired the scientists to investigate their origins, and then that upset all the locals. And I thought perhaps that would lead one thing to another. And I realized I needed, back up, but there's nobody here I could trust. And
So what about your mentor?
I think the cult killed him. I think he's dead. Don't know what it is he stumbled on. I haven't been able to find much. I didn't want to.
Okay, point some fingers for me. Bass is in the cult.
Pretty sure the family. What is they called? Get them now, right? I'm pretty sure Nohak, his family have got something to do with the cult. As Nohak is the name above the cantina, Nohak's cantina. I'm pretty sure they're involved with it. I don't think the Mine Lord is as involved as he makes out. I think they're just using him. He's paying for it.
And the cult, is that something dancer?
And he looks at you like, some would say there's an aspect of the dancer here. People who would blaspheme and say horrible things.
Yeah, we shot a lot of that.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the thing with the daggers and all that stuff? Did get quite nasty.
he looks at you. He's like, and he nods. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they were. Where was that? What part of the
Sweeping up and rinsing the streets with blood and
Oh yeah.
the barn, wasn't it?
And his eyes go wide, sort of. Like,
Yeah, we did stop that.
You've
That was a mess.
he's like, you've dealt with a face of Ashra on Dabara?
Sure.
We'd have. I don't know the name. Like,
Yeah. They were just trying to summon something to, like,
yeah, they were going to kill each other and bring a thing.
and possess. There was like an idea of possession and all this kind of weird shit going
There
on.
was that rich guy we killed.
Yeah.
I got stabbed.
He's like,
Wasn't that his sword?
It is. I've got his. Yeah, I took it out myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's like nodding, like, yes, I'd sabotage the right ship. Yes, of course. The icons are provided.
As fate would have it.
I
Yeah.
almost shot you in the back when we met you both ass, if I'm being honest with you, because I was a bit like, that's
Yeah.
my fucking shit bit.
Yeah.
He says,
But then we started talking to you and I was like, no, you're right.
Total dick.
he's like, forgive me for the subterfuge, but also it goes to prove you are strong and capable allies.
Can we record that and we send it to Shanaz just so we
Yes.
can...
He's like, please, no cameras. No, I'm not into being recorded.
Just audio. Just anything.
Yeah, no, whatever you do, don't tell me about the cultists down on the planet. That'd be.
I mean, we will do, but just
Yeah.
like,
I'm just up here with like the Alarms Temple hit squad.
We don't know. Well, I didn't know there's a hit squad. I knew you were
Yeah.
getting
we would
threatened.
fill you in anyway. You just can't do it mid
In
combat.
fairness, I probably wouldn't have told you much about the alarm just to be on the safe side. That way you don't get murdered as well.
True.
All right then. What are the cult trying to do here, Boffass?
Yeah. What?
Persist?
This is a shithole. Like, it's a corner of just a dark corner they can hide in.
Yeah. We went
what-
to great lengths to eradicate them. We worked with some questionable allies to achieve this goal. And then
Oh, like you took out a load of cult people, but some of them ran away and hid here.
we thought they
Who's the we?
Ngozi and you.
Yeah.
no. And he leans forward and he leans
Oh, I'm in the League of
I'm in the-
Intergalactic Cult Killers.
No, he leans forward and he says, I'm a member of the Draconites. We teamed up with, and he says it with like, in his mouth, like, Alarm's Temple to eradicate the Nazarene
That one rings a bell.
cultists.
That one rings a bell.
Yeah.
That one rings a bell.
Yeah. Do
But
we know what a
I'm not sure about
Draconite is?
Draconites. I've been living on a mining planet.
Let's
Like, still, I might have read a brief. Graham doesn't.
let's see what we can tell you about.
But he's a bit of a serious fella then. You recruit him.
Draconites sounds pretty, you know.
But hardcore.
Yeah. Paint dragons on all their stuff.
Yeah. So
Combat diplomats
there.
originated in the Zenithians.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like them.
Yeah, it doesn't like Zenithians. They think the families were too entrenched and went ahead and did their own thing. Oh, they're the ones that woke up the
Mhm.
Zenithians. The captain wasn't ready to do it just yet, and they just went beep and pressed the button and then pissed off.
Yeah, woke everyone up. They're rumored to have like super advanced technology and cool shit.
A disciplined faction of warrior philosophers with secret truths.
I think they'll let us join.
Yeah, because you're warrior philosophers, right?
I mean,
We are,
like 3%.
definitely. We philosophize a lot
About
between our
t-shirts.
combat.
You
combat
philosophize like
environments.
Bill and Ted, though. To be
Exactly.
fair.
Yeah, but hey, be excellent to each
Exactly,
other.
they are pretty successful. We need like a
Um,
wild stallions thing.
Yeah, so yeah, Draconites. through conflict, truth is their
All right.
motto.
Do we spill beans or not then, Yusuf?
But yeah, he's like, he says it with like, this sort of like, I'm a Draconite, don't. And there's no way for you to verify if he's a
No.
like they don't have like
Yeah.
Draconite HQ. He could potentially
This
be.
could be like one of those
Draconite
geezers that
badges.
comes up and tells you that he's
He's in the SAS.
or Freemasons.
Yeah, and also he then mentions Alarm's temple kind of thing, which
Yeah.
again is like aside from the sort of
They're not real.
But he would know the
courtesan,
order if he was
like
Draconite.
Yeah.
allying with the courtesans to murder a bunch of cultists again sounds a bit like what?
I mean,
Yeah, that's on your tick list as well, isn't it? No, we've already got that one crossed off.
I think Yusuf and Cecile might think that was a pretty cool thing because we know he's like a badass
Mhm.
because we watched him move and all the rest of it,
Yeah.
and we know he's slumming it here.
Yeah.
So I guess I will look at Yusuf in a. Do we spill the beans about the canteen or not then?
That's transmitted in your eyes to me, and I just go.
Right.
We found something.
What did you find?
Well, the mine lord paid us. Well, said he would pay us if we looked the other way when the rock slide happened.
And he's
But
like,
we didn't. But we didn't. But we
okay.
didn't.
And he's
We were drunk, and they dragged us into his hall and made us take 30 selfies with him. and-
forced you to take them selfies.
And I'll be flicking through the photos on my tablet. The guy's a colossal prick.
He is something
and we
of
just
an
kind of
eccentric man, yes.
we nodded and said yes until they let us leave and weren't pointing at guns at us anymore. But basically told us they wanted to kill the scientist
And the
So-
research as well.
and destroy all the research. So we went there with the express goal to like save him. And we got him out of the way. There's a big explosion, and it actually revealed a chamber that we went into earlier on today. And that chamber had a tunnel that led all the way to under the cantina.
There is like a
But
bone
It's like a room
place.
full of bones.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was respectful or weird. I don't know enough of that kind of thing to understand that.
And he's like, if this is who if I am right about this cult, this is not respectful in any
Oh.
way. This is blasphemous.
But the room was pretty tame. There
Desecration.
wasn't anything. It was like a table. They were playing Shah on it, and
They
like
must have a cultist evil temple somewhere or a secret
probably
because
because it looked like someone's reading room. At the end of a long corridor,
Did you check
and
the
then
secret
a room full of
traps? Did you
bones.
look for like he basically like he's gone
Yeah,
into
yeah, yeah,
full
yeah.
conspiracy mode.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, maybe on the mosaic, one of the things we could have pushed.
but
would
yes, did you
reveal
push
the secret
everything?
chamber.
Did you check the mosaics for
No, I didn't even think about that. Ah,
like
I'm really annoyed. I'm
this is the
actually
most
really annoyed.
Animated he's
Maybe the Shah table was on top of the picture of a Shah table. I bet you now there was something to push in that.
there was a secret code and a map on the map.
Oh, hang on. There was a big map. I'll show him a picture of the
Like
mosaic floor.
looks at it. He's like old.
Yeah.
The river's not that small anymore. Is that? He's like,
And the Shah table there is where the Space Boys, where Aram's Ravine is. Sorry, and the Spaceport's not there. So it's clearly old.
And he looks at it and he's,
We thought it might be something to do with humanites. Considering humanites supposed to have been here for a long time, right? From
Yeah.
before.
Supposed to be from another horizon there. Very interesting.
yeah, and he's like, these are the wrong colored pieces on the Shah mosaic. They wouldn't have messed that up. This is,
Maybe there is some kind of code.
Maybe there is. Do we need to go back there?
maybe we should get and he's like zooming in and that kind of stuff to look
Sure.
at it. But the resolution, you can't do that. It drives me mad on CSI when they enhance
Yeah,
stuff
they go
beyond.
zzz,
And it
zzz.
enhances. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Pixel is
Like
a
in
pixel.
Blade Runner, where they go in the mirror and round 3 corners and see the thing.
See the tiny scale with the digital.
Yeah.
Follow the photons, and then recreate them.
Doesn't work like that. Very angry. But he's like, yeah, you should go back and look at it more.
You say you or we?
I can come with you if you want, but I'd rather not. And he like looks at the door.
I'll not leave her alone.
Yeah. He's
You're worried about her.
yeah.
You think the Mind Lord's going to attack?
I don't think the Mind Lord's capable of attacking. I do think the cultists are capable of attacking.
You know what? Let's go.
We should go to the cantina.
Well, yeah, let's find out who the cult is and go and fuck them up, yeah.
Is that what Silsila says?
Yeah, I can't.
And
I mean, they
Bofast
tried to
is
kill me
like-
like 3 times. That kind of outdoes Bofast's 1 time.
Bofast is like, you should be careful. They outnumber you. It's no. Good
Oh, you
thing
haven't seen him
to
in combat. This
just-
guy's crazy.
dive into combat with unknown numbers and unknown. I mean,
I'm gonna rack my Vulcan
Maybe
carbine.
don't mention to him that we beat the last load of cultists with a dance-off.
but he definitely is like, maybe don't just walk straight into danger.
Oh, no, we'd never do that.
You know what I think? We should go and try and sell that showboard to the canteen.
The one from the secret basement.
Still sell it, he's saying that as a joke, but yeah, that would be just absolute.
But it's going to peak Silsila right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. Don't blow my ship up anymore, and we also need you to like throw us out and yell at us a bit.
He's like, okay.
Maybe chuck some forks at us.
And he's like, no, I've cleaned the forks today. They've been polished. I'm not throwing them in the dirt. Especially not the
I'm gonna-
acid dirt outside.
Gonna grab some more of the food that he's laid out and put it in my pocket.
Flatbreads and
Wrapped,
falafel.
wrapped in little
Pickled cabbage. Carrot,
yeah,
even.
some carrots. I'll have a pickled carrot in my mouth when he throws me out.
Okay. He's like, okay, if this is what you want, I will.
Yeah, we want the Mind Lord to think that we didn't do what you paid us to do, and you're quite
Yeah.
mad at us.
I will send in a Jack confirmation of a payment for you as you've suffered your ship.
I mean, I genuinely don't really give much of a fuck about the money. It's more like the actual,
He's like, but in the living room, you were very cross about the money.
because that's what the widow would have been cross about.
Okay.
She's a businesswoman.
So you don't want any money?
No, we do. When he says we don't give a fuck about it, it's like it's not a main focus. Paying for repairs, great.
Okay. I will send a message to Nina Jack
I mean,
to.
I mostly blame the Mind Lord for a lot of this. So,
Yeah.
Who I'm about to rob blind.
Which I am not going
Good.
to mention to him, but also those cult guys can pay up too.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I think once we kill them and take all their shit, they'll pay up.
So Bofast kicks you out, shouts at you on the doorstep, throws like
Pickled carrots. at us.
pickled carrots at you till you fuck off, and slams the door. And we don't see his very like, not sure if this was the right choice face as he goes to talk to Salt Widow.
I mean, I didn't tell him about the Vestal, but he seemed quite legit in the whole, knowledge of what had happened.
Yeah.
I mean, he's told you some things you don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Like he's told you some
Yep.
weird shit. Like he and
Oh, we should just sell Silsila and met a Draconite. It was cool.
Cool. Yeah, let's call Shanaz.
Wait, I said the wrong word. I
You
said
said
my
you
name,
called-
didn't I? Yeah.
called
I know what
yourself-
you meant.
Yeah.
I know what you meant.
So I would call Shanaz,
Yeah.
and then we'll just put the screen up for both of us. Go, yo, just met a Draconite.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Hangs out with your courtesan friends.
No, they don't. They hate each other.
Oh, well,
He said he wasn't.
Team up.
He was a bit like, oh, we teamed up because we had to
What's the
take
Draconite
down some
doing on
cultists.
that shithole?
Cultists, mate.
What cultists?
Get names.
Didn't say a specific,
The dancer
but
ones.
yeah,
Nazarene cultists.
yeah,
Like before.
yeah, I think so.
But here.
Okay.
in the-
We
Right.
found a tunnel. We found that tunnel under there to the thing, to the
Okay.
cantina, and he
Right,
thinks
so-
the cantina people are the cultists.
Right. So you found a cult
Well, we think maybe.
and you're
I mean-
about to go and stick your face in it.
No, no.
When you say no, do
we're
you
going
secretly
to
mean
expertly
yes?
and very cunningly go and investigate.
All right, I'll see if I can send.
Unless you
some
want to
sup-
come. Unless you
No,
want
I'm
to
not
come
coming
down.
there. I'm getting the Mind Lord up here. I'll send some
okay, cool.
support down if I can.
Cool. Yeah, get him up there, and then we can go in.
Should we tell the cultist that the Mind Lord thinks they're all cultists when he's
Not
off
yet.
planet?
No. When he's off planet, yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
Okay, you won't believe the shit that Mind Lord says about you guys.
Let's get him. Let me get him off planet before you do anything.
Yeah, well, we'll go and check out the cantina while you get him off planet.
All right, but don't cause any disruption.
No, don't worry.
until
Would
he
we?
leaves,
Would we cause?
because if he
disruption?
refuses to leave,
Yeah, then it all goes pear shaped, right?
right,
Yeah.
Like a really bad pair.
a bad pear,
Yeah,
like a prickly
really.
pear.
Oh,
Oh.
wow. But yeah,
We
we
do
did.
really good pickled carrots down here, by the way, Shanaz.
Great. I'm happy.
We
for
did
Bringing
this.
some back.
We did subterfuge.
Oh yeah.
So we got the widow to kick us out of her house, so the Mind Lord thinks she's mad at us, and therefore we did his job, and he owes us money.
Oh, that is clever. Well, take what money you can. I'll take the rest. I've made him a sword to match his armor.
Oh.
Yeah, it's priceless, completely priceless, in that it has next to no value whatsoever.
Basile holds up the sword in the background.
Yeah.
Look at
Nice.
the craftsmanship on that.
It looks a
Basile's-
lot like his up. Yeah, yeah.
Basile's done a good job with that.
It's great.
Yeah, I'm just about to sell it to him.
Have you hired that guy yet? I say, pointing at Basile.
And
Working on
Basile
it.
looks behind
Okay.
him like, who? There's nobody else here, Yusuf. The room is
You,
secure.
Basile. He means you. They like you.
Oh,
Everybody likes Basile.
Good at your job,
yes, very
but
good.
like work helping Shanaz's job rather than.
It's much more interesting. We were talking about this earlier.
Oh shit!
Stop
Let's get
hiring.
careful you don't get murdered. You know.
He's not going to get murdered.
Okay,
He's
sorry.
silly.
Caledonina is very safe. There has been no murders here. And then he stops because clearly there has.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone from the
Last
kitchen
Tuesday.
since you just before you went down to the moon. with
Since
Gina.
before they left. I know.
Yeah, since before Bofas killed the kitchen guy, I believe.
And we have convinced the salty lady that that Nina Jack would be safe in our
Okay,
company.
great. So you've
we
got a
could
new
recruit
engineer
an engineer.
for the ship.
Yep.
And you're going to go and not cause trouble in the
Yeah,
canteen.
we're just going to go hang out, have some food. Actually, I'm bloody hungry.
And when you see the Mind Lord leaving, you can start causing trouble.
Awesome.
And I will try and send you down some support.
Oh,
I mean, that sounds really good.
All right,
cool.
let's go to work.
We.
So
They did planning and I'm doing crime.
Flip yo.
Who's manipulating who, eh?
who's rubbing off on who? Yeah. All right. So you folks are going to the cantina. You're going to sit down.
To do normal human things.
You're going to play some Shah.
Yeah, yeah. Have a
eat
drink. Have some food.
Food. Have some.
Yeah. Go to the toilet. You know, all the human things that never actually happen.
Like,
Mhm.
does occur
For a
to me,
real wee,
and
not a
it-
long wee.
No, a real we. Yeah.
It is sort of against what we said we would do. But you know, they said the shower colours are in the wrong place.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like no, what Bofast means is like some of the pieces are literally the wrong colors. Like shard discs are normally, I think, black and red and
assume,
white
like,
or
like
black
the
and red.
Blue was a knight and red
And
is a
these
rogue.
ones he pointed out are like green and white. Like there's different colours that shouldn't be on the board.
Well, fair enough then.
Okay, so you head off. You do that. They've made some food. You have some stew again, and play some Shah and that kind of stuff. And don't antagonize them. What does Shanaz send to the Mind Lord? What does he receive? Like is
The first thing he's going to do is going to receive is going to be like a shaky picture of the sword
okay.
with some dirt on it and fun stuff like that.
Like in like a piece of clothing or like wrapped in a t-shirt or like a shawl or something.
Laid out on a shawl, yeah. So the first thing he'll get is that, and then I won't send him anything for a few minutes while he frantically goes and Googles it.
Yeah, image search.
And then when he finds out that such a sword has recently been stolen from Dar.
Yeah, so he's gonna like search for this, and if like we've like caused trouble with Adar and stuff on Dabaran, so there is a big sort of like whole weird media circus going on about Dabaran because of the things and the there's and it'll be almost a level of like a media blackout around these things, which will mean somebody they're not talking about it because something has happened, and this is what's happened. Like if like Akil would use the sort of situation that you folks caused to sort of enforce your own situation, really, wouldn't he?
Yep.
All right, so he's going to search that. And
then once he starts to look like he's typing to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that little comes up.
Yeah. Then I'll send another message that says, I can sell this to you if you come to the resort.
And is it attached to like Shanaz, or is it like anonymous user?
Oh God, no, totally anonymous user.
Anonymous user.
Yeah, like a guest account.
Guest 28.
Yeah.
Paladrina. A secure network established. That kind of thing. Make let's see how far much he goes for it. Let's have a manipulation roll.
Okay. Now he hasn't seen me yet, so he doesn't know how hot I am.
No, he doesn't.
So we'll take out the beautiful dice.
Doesn't fancy you yet.
But
The way
all
you
the other
type.
manipulative things still play in. That is 4 successes.
Wow. He does jump for it.
I am manipulation.
Okay, so there is a length of time that Shanaz is familiar with that is, I'm not going to do it to look too eager. But, it's like almost like the
countdown, and 3, 2, 1.
like,
Oh, look, there's the message.
I'm not going to reply instantly. I'm going to wait 3 minutes, and it's exactly like the clock ticks 3 minutes from when you sent the message, and his reply comes in, which is, okay.
Now, how much is he currently able to get in liquid assets if he pulls every single bit of cash that he can together on 0 notice? Because what I want to do is take him for everything I can, but quickly. So I'm not going to take him for everything he has, not all of his assets, just what he can liquidate in a few minutes or an hour or so.
All right, so Akil reckons like his walking around cash will be around 5,000 burr.
That's rubbish. I want much more than that. This isn't walking around money. This is I'm opening my safes. I'm dumping assets, that kind of money.
Goods, like jewels.
I mean, he could give you the equivalent of lithium mind battery.
I don't really
stuff.
want that. I'm looking for like 500,000 in cash. What about if he were to sell or transfer assets over to the Salt Widow?
We want him to like
If
obviously.
if he was desperate for cash, how much could he get his hands on at short notice? You know, like if you have like 6 hours to get your hands on cash and you go to every single stash point you've got and you tap up your rallies for however much you can get from them, and you pull out the rainy day piggy bank and smash it open, and you liquidate all of your fungibles.
All right. So Akil, let's like, as you like asking Akil for more sort of data, and it's like, look, the financials, the bank account, aside from his money in the mine, this guy is a massive fraud. I think he spent all his money on the armor. He doesn't have much.
No, I know. I want the rest of it.
He's like, right, well, you're best off just asking for his mine shares then. They're probably worth a couple of, maybe 500,000 bear.
All right, good shout.
But he doesn't, like, he's got no, this guy's worthless. I, however, have invested in this new NFT.
Oh, excellent, thank you. Right.
Yeah, so the Mind Lord, like you find
So
out.
I will
is
manipulate
basically
him for his mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take his mind.
Is that what you say? Like, give me.
Oh, I'll tell him I want 500,000, and that it's worth 5 million.
He doesn't reply to that. He doesn't say anything, but he does like he gives you an ETA, like a flight plan kind of thing, which means he'll be there. I remember what the flight time is. Maybe it's an hour or two. But he's
About an hour. I think it's 40 minutes in that they.
yeah, about an hour. But yeah, Akil lets you know he's an absolute joke. And so yeah, he'll be with you in the hour. Basile is like, should I order food to come to us? Should I? What is your meeting? Do I need to? Are we gonna? Do you want a separate dining room here, or?
Let's see if we can use the lounge that I've been breakfasting in.
Okay. Gonna take.
And I might put in a contact to Hera.
Hera, okay. Yeah.
And say, I've got some news for you. I have a bit of business that I have to conclude first.
Okay.
There's a possibility that the man I'm seeing may try to murder me.
He's like, the response is like, well, that's just rude.
I know.
That's just rude. Why would he do that? Yeah, you can. Obviously, you're a courtesan. You can use the courtesan lounge. They'll make it available for you, like a private corner sort of thing. And Hera will arrange the time afterwards to meet with you, suspiciously close enough to make sure at the end of your meeting you don't get murdered by a businessman.
Perfect.
Basile is like, I'm not really allowed in the courtesan lounge. It's private. I'm not courtesan.
No, but you're with me.
Oh, but I'm and he's like gestures to his like Caladrina uniform.
Yeah, but you're coming in as my Caladrina staff when I go into the lounge where I'm allowed to be with my staff.
Okay, it's just the courtesans are very private about the lounge. I've never been in.
You know what? Don't worry about it. You stay out. I'll sort that bit out. I've got cover in there. What I could use you to do, if you would be so kind, is to arrange for my surgical appointment to take place as soon as possible tomorrow.
Oh, with the biosculptors. Sure.
Yes.
I will do that while you're having your meeting. Yeah.
Excellent.
Do you want me
Thank
to?
you.
And he like gestures to like the wardrobe. Is like, what am I pressing? What am I steam mining? Like that kind of stuff. Like he's already on it. We have a clothes montage.
He's got to come work for us.
Yeah. Like, hiya, Basile to Ursula. Cool. So we have a clothes montage. We have a Shah montage, and we watch the Mine Lord's ship entourage. So it's going to take a little over an hour because obviously he's got to get his entourage out to the spaceport and then up to the moon. So yeah, about 90 minutes or so after you are kicked out of the Mine Lord Spice Widows, Salt Widows apartments. You hear obviously like the Mine Lord leaving planet. He's not done it for a while. It's a big thing, and already there's talk of like he's going to meet some big business person at the spa and buy all the mine and all kinds of stuff. But most of the folk in the cantina are a bit like, still gonna have to mine, aren't I? Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's like that kind of thing. So yeah, he leaves. He arrives. You folks have stuff, and I guess given the time, next week.
Operation Foot and Mouth.
So Yusuf and Silsila are the foot and Shanaz is the mouth?
Ugh.
I mean, I think we're just both going to put both our feet in our mouths, trying to substitute cult
Okay.
by the Mine Lord.
Yep.
No, it's great because when he comes back, he won't own anything except his armor and a breakable sword
And a
that he
shitty-
can't wield.
The 3D
So,
sword.
yeah, best case scenario, we convince the cult that they won't believe the shit that guy talks about you, and then they're oh well, that's really weird, and then kill him.
Yeah. And then Alarm's Temple will steal in and stab them all.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is a solid
That's the plan.
solid
We're
plan.
good at plans.
I mean, if you
Oh,
circle
yeah.
like face characters with high charisma, then yeah, sure, it'd be a great plan.
I feel like we need that Twitch clip of Adun going, "We followed all the steps of the plan."
Badly.
No, all the steps of the one-step plan went perfectly. What happened after the plan? The one-step plan. That.
Yes, the post plan period.
But no, it's cool. It's been so nice to play Coriolis. I've missed this space.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've missed
I've
this,
missed
yeah.
space and this weird fucking moon. The mad
There's
people.
more going on here than I thought there would be, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just wanted to stay at the spa. Somehow it turned out
Just
the
wanted a
plot.
weekend off.
Somehow
And
it
lo
turned
and
into plot.
behold, bloody cultists.
Bloody cultists everywhere.
Let's invoice them.
I'm gonna invoice fucking someone for your ship. Oh
No,
wow.
they wasted a weekend.
Well, they did. All right. What's happening for the rest of this first week of streaming on Goblin Games? What we got?
Tomorrow we've got the new Deep Night Revelation Traveller
Traveller,
series.
Jim's running Traveller.
Jim's running Traveller, and Simon is playing in it. And all the players are saying to Jim that Simon needs to be the captain of the ship, but I don't think he is. But it's like a deep space exploration vessel.
And
And they're
everybody's
playing like lower decks guys.
Oh,
So it's gonna be a
everybody's
bit Red Dwarf.
a Tatetian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team Cetacean.
Aaron's an orca.
Cetacean Ops, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're not. But that's what they've been threatening, or at least people have
Yes.
been suggesting on Discord. So,
Yes.
so more travel. It's been a while since we've travelled.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's what are we on Tuesday? So that's Wednesday.
Mhm.
And then Thursdays we've got
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Oh, Star Wars. Yes.
Yeah, you're in it, Millie.
I'm playing Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. The Fractured Empire. The story continues. One character continues on from the last series, and which is Kayvan, Roger's character, who is the kind of pilot of the ship. It's got a new crew of interesting characters, and the blockade of Sullust continues, and the Eriadu Authority, which is the imperial remnant in the area,
Mhm.
is asking for General Lofax's head to drop the blockade to get rid of these pesky rebels who are still lingering in the area.
Ooh, Rebels. Wait,
Mm.
I don't know. But yeah, okay, yeah, Star Wars. I knew that.
Yeah.
Are we still Acton Cthulhuing or are we Conaning?
Yes,
Oh, Acton
I believe
Cthulhu.
we're back at Atlantis.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for a
Cool.
bit, and then there'll be Conaning with the sorcerer. In a bit.
So over in the North America, back to Acton Cthulhu. Search for Atlantis. I can't remember the name of the campaign, and I should because I've been putting it on the podcast. Anyway,
I think it's like Shadow of Atlantis. or
Shadow of
something, isn't
Atlantis.
it? Or something like that. I don't know.
Something
Weird,
to do with Atlantis.
weird Atlantis stuff and 2D20 fun on Thursdays in North America, and then
Friday is a little bit in the air at the minute. We were going to do June, but then we would have had to do it without our head of house. So we might push it back to February.
Yeah.
And that way we can have the head of house.
have Ostagoosh.
Yeah.
Oosh.
Starting at the knife fight in the palace in Arakeen.
Oh, nice.
I will kill him.
Between Paul and Fade. Yeah.
Mm.
Wadib.
Cool. Part 2's coming out in November.
No, right. So excited.
May your knife chip and shatter.
Yeah.
Oosh. Awesome. That's a pretty cool week for the first week of 2023.
Yeah.
That's all right. Doing all right,
Absolutely.
folks. If you've missed the first part of Fractured Empire, that's on the YouTubes. Missed all the House Dargoosh shenanigans. The first part, second part. You're gonna get ready for when the third part comes. That's also on YouTube. You can come and force us to play Satitians in Star Wars via the Discord. What else do I need to suggest people do?
Patreon.
Oh, yeah, the Patreon, because there's loads of really cool stuff with Gartopia. We were talking about the World Mountain earlier, and there's a whole Gartopia about that. There's stuff we got
Sewers, ruins, all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of
Got
awesome
two
stuff.
World Mountain ones, and I'm working on the Derelict one, so a sci-fi random tables one at the moment.
Nice. Yeah, so yeah, join us for Gartopia and all that kind of goodness on Patreon. I think I put the plans for the ship we're on Patreon. You can go and find out all the stuff about the Kudat Batilla. And that's it. We're gonna go and probably disappear onto Discord, so you folks can come and join us. And if you're watching on the YouTube, still come and join us on Discord. Bye everybody. Have a great week. Press the button, Millie.